Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? Now, do you remember the start of the week I told you there were so many good maps out this week I couldn't squeeze them all in if I tried? Couldn't even do half of them. Well, I've got a cunning plan to squeeze one extra map in this week. And that is, you know the Patreon vote, the request map on the Friday. The BonBon Buddies vote one in, and this week they have voted in an oldie. Well, I figured, why not switch over the Thursday and Friday maps and do the Patreon map as the Throwback Thursday map, which is Throwback Thursday. Hey, you stole my Throwback Thursday caption. That's weird. Looking for a caption thief. I wonder who that might be. And then tomorrow's map will be a good one from an all-time star. You'll appreciate that, I'm sure. So, today's map is Endeavour Island by DigoCube, or DigoCube? DigoCube, I'm going DigoCube. It's a great shaped map. It's a really lovely shape. There's your start square with the highway, the single highway connection going just into the edge of it, which is brilliant. That's what we want. And I love the resource painting. Absolutely love it on this particular map. One of the best I've seen in a long time. Looks like it was spray painted. What do we need off of the workshop? Nothing. Recommended 81 tiles. I will tell you that although there is no recommended LUT, I have decided to go with, pretty much always the case, when there is no LUT recommended, rather than leave it vanilla, I've gone with the realistic V1.2, because it's fairly generic, fairly standard, but not vanilla. I hope that makes sense. Right, there's no rail connections on this map, but that's okay, because not every city has rail connections. There is just the one highway. It's very nicely done, and there's not much of it, which after Ikanya's map, which was brilliantly done, and lots of perfect highway connections, which was probably too many for some of you, nicely done tunnels here as well. This simple highway structure, with not much of it, is the other extreme. But both of them are of an equally high standard. I mean, here again, perfect bridges. Very, very simple, but easily done. Then we enter the main island here, and we'll just cruise around like so, but with no rail, and just this for highway. I have made an executive decision. I'm good at these this week. First, ignoring the fog vote, but kind of not ignoring it, because I do switch off the fog more often now. I've also decided that we will do the water and dear, and the ship networking. Yeah, the shipping routes, we'll do them before the asset review break, because otherwise we're going to an asset review right now. I think that's a little bit too soon. Very nice start square, not perfectly flat, enough interesting terrain there just to make you think, and possibly even a slope down to the beach. I like that. Anyway, the shipping routes, they go everywhere you want them to. My only grumble with the shipping routes is with this. I'm not going to show you the routes because there's nothing really to show. They just go all the way around the islands, all the way. Oh, come on, that shit! Hurry up! Good blimey! My editing today is absolutely atrocious. Anyway, that clips, the shipping clipping. I really should have done something better with that. I need more sleep. That's what it is. Water flow. There are no water spawn points on this map, so you're relying entirely on the water being pushed in from the edge of the map, which happens on 3 of the 4 sides, as you know, and then the 4th side it sucks it off. Well, there is mild water flow everywhere. It's just some places like here there isn't any because there's no room for it to be mushed about. Some places a little bit stronger where it's being pushed around corners or through this little area here where it's going through like a little funnel, so it's a little bit stronger there. But yeah, it's a little bit on the light side. Just bear that in mind. It shouldn't be a problem. and off to Assetville for today's asset. Now, do you remember back in Skylines Talk episode 2? Oh, months and months and months ago, we had a lovely chat with Mr. Maison, and he's back with some more trees. Didn't you know it? These are very nice. Again, very nice indeed. You can't have too many different tropical trees if you're going to do a tropical island or something like that. Or if you're going to do like a casino area and want to decorate it with tropical looking posh plants. These are nice. There are 3 different sizes. They're the tall ones, there's the little size ones and the baby ones. They are the Goldilocks, who would indeed use lipstick, I have no doubt. Probably has lipstick on her palm when she tests it to make sure it's the right colour. Lipstick palm, Mr. Maison. Mr. Maison, my friend, you are an absolute freaking genius. Do not stop making trees anytime soon, because we're the better off for it. We are the better off for it. Oh, fantastic. So anyway, where were we? Ah, yes, we're off to Themington Island. That's where we are. Owl's Bolivia theme by Owl with Owl Cinematic HD V2 LUT. We're into Nitro. Now, honestly, it's a little bit dark, this map. So for the countryside areas, it's probably a bit too dark to use this theme. But for the cities, at night, blimey. Is it nice or is it nice? I think it's nice. Right, okay, what have we got? We have got the first antibiotics were developed in ancient Egypt, where people were treated with mouldy bread. See, they were definitely ahead of their times way back then. And the most fattening fruit, the most fattening fruit, is the avocado pear. Now that makes you think twice now, doesn't it? I know you sat there with a big bowl of avocados ready to dive in. Well, don't. You'll end up looking like a very fat bonbon. Okay, what have we got? We've got a really nice shaped map. The main island is really, really nicely designed. We've got a big plain on this side to build onto. Very, very nice build space there. Over this side, you've got this little peninsula type area here, which is your start square. A little bit of coastal area on one side of the hills, and then when you come around here, between the hills, there's a little valley down here. That's very nice as well. And even then, the hills are not obstructive. You can get up into them, you can do things on them, and I can't wait to put an observatory on top of one of these. That'd be really cool, I think. The tree placement is excellent, absolutely excellent. Down the grooves where the water would flow naturally from when it falls onto the hills, and trees like water. And I just like it. I like it when it's like that. I can accept it when it's tree brushed all over, but when it's done like that, I really appreciate it. Got a very nice forest down here as well. Very, very, very lush. Considering we're completely vanilla, it's actually not ugly. Can you believe that? I've got a little village lost in the forest there. I like the fact that it's literally become overgrown with trees in that area. And then down here, we've got a castle. Do like a castle. Yeah, interesting with the trenches. I've got some blue mantle shining through from the trenches, unfortunately, where the walls and the tunnels, the ditches, trenches, they don't get on. They don't. So we can see through to the underworld, on each one of those 4 points. But however, other than that, I mean, I'm quite okay with the design. It's interesting. It's okay. I have no grumbles. Now let's head over to where we're going next. So we go across this. This is a big chunk of land. Not going to do much building on here, I think. It's a little bit difficult. They could do a little bit maybe along the coasts and something on the ridge. This is a little bit more buildable and much more flatterer. Flatterer is a word, by the way. Yes, it's somebody who flatters somebody. I know, okay. But yes, it's much more flatterer than the other island and good shape. It's out of the 25 tiles, so use the 81 tile mod for that. And also these two, this is the first time in a long time I've seen 2 islands that I claim to both be BonBon islands. I want both of them. This is where I'm going to moor my yacht off of the small one, and the big one is going to be where I'll have for my parties with just me and my imaginary friends. I've got over 3,000 of them now, you know that. Yes, that includes you. Fog off. Thank you. Yes. I know, fog off. Fog it, but listen carefully, please. Dear oh me. Yeah, that's a nice little bit of hidden land and a couple of smaller islands here. Not so keen on these as BonBon Islands, so no, it's fine. Somebody else can claim them. These are too small over here, so all good. And then you've got the mainland with the ugly jetty. I'm going to start calling this the ugly jetty. It is an ugly jetty, isn't it? Can't quite get up onto it. You could maybe if you pull yourself up. That you can climb up onto that one just, I think. And then up here you've got the essential lighthouse, which, if I'm honest with you, you really can't climb into. Those steps are way too high, I'm afraid. So there we are. It's supposed to be used as a path, that little thing there, not as a raised steps. But people, especially back in the ye old days, people seem to oversight this. Oversight this? Forget about this. Your mainland, you can build on here if you want to do a little branch off before you get to the main bridge. You've got another jetty down here with a little abandoned bungalow type thing. And yeah, that one's way too high as well. You definitely cannot get onto that jetty where it's been eroded away. Oh, I could kind of like oversee it. I can let it go just this once, I guess. I didn't see that jetty. Can I just delete it? Can I? It doesn't add anything to the map, I feel. Some nice beaches, and let's find this nice view to vote this thing from. How about a little bit higher? That's not bad. Thumbnail time. Click. Nice. Okay, so aesthetically, I kind of like it. Okay, very vanilla, but what I see is actually not hard on the eye, and I really like the island shape and the heights of the hills. I think it's really been very nicely done. I'm going to give it 4 stars. Detailing, one or two things are down at the 2-star point. A few things are up at the 4-star point, and roughly in the middle is where they meet. So overall, I'm going to give it 3 stars, but there are a few things definitely to fix. And gameplay potential, I think there's a lot you can do with this. I think it's a multiplayer map. Could really benefit with a second highway connection or possibly a rail connection, but I appreciate why these haven't been put in. And so I'm going to give it 4 stars. 4 stars for gameplay. Endeavour Island by Daigo Cube, and that is not bad for an oldie. Thanks very much for my BonBon buddies for voting that one in. That was a very good choice. Okay, anyway, thank you very much for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. You guys are the best, and I mean that, you are the best. I've so many good supporters out there, and it just gives me reason to get out of bed in the morning. That and the fact I have to pee. Anyway, thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. I think I said that already. Join me tomorrow for what is going to be an unusual one. It's going to be a non-vote map, but it's a good one. You'll love it, I promise.